Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking this video. In today's tutorial, we'll be making the off-shoulder bustier with illusion neck that you saw on the thumbnail. Okay, here it is on my phone. Okay, so to create this, we are going to need the basic bodice block. Okay, so I have it traced out here. I have my front and I also have my back traced out. Okay, so I'll be starting from the front. If you have not seen the video on a bodice block, I'll leave the description down below. So now to start, I'm going to draw a diagonal line from the shoulder using my ruler. Just slant it like so, then rule a line. Okay, so now on the line, I'm going to take 3 inches. You can take 2, you can measure 4. It depends on how off you want it, by marking 3 inches. Okay, then on the point, I'll just square a line down. I'll slant the line a little, like so. So now I want to draw the neckline. It depends on how deep I want it. Okay, I'm going to connect it from this point to the center front. It depends on you. You can go deeper, but this is fine. Now I'm going to take the sleeve length measurement. I'll use 3 inches. Okay, I'll just mark it like so. I'll mark it like so. Then I'm going to lower the armhole, but before then I'll connect the dots like so. Okay, then I'm going to lower it now by 1 inch. Then I'll connect with a curve like so. At the shoulder dart, I'm going to take 1 cm on each side. You can take half an inch, it depends on you. Just mark it like so. Then I'm going to connect it to the bust point. Okay, so at the under bust too, I'm going to take 1 cm on each side. You can take half an inch, it can take up to 1 inch. It depends on how busted the person is, but in this case I'm just taking 1 cm at the under bust on each side. Okay, so I'm going to connect the point now, the 1 cm to the dart leg at the waist. Okay, then I'll use the curvy part to connect it to the bust point. Okay, so now I want to work on the neck. The first line we drew serves as a guide, is a plunging neckline. So now I'm going to take my ruler, my curve ruler, then I'm going to draw it. I think it stops somewhere around the under bust. Okay, so I'll just draw like so. Okay, then I'm going to fold on the leg so that by the time we join it together, it will be equal. So I'm going to fold the dart leg now, then place it on the other dart leg. Then I'm going to redraw the plunging neckline. All right. Okay, so I have it. Now we want to work on the yoke. The yoke is slightly curved at the top here, like so. Okay, so now on the armhole line, which is above the bust point. Okay, I just want to draw the line to emphasize it. Then there at the center point, I will come down by 1 cm. You can come down by half an inch, but I'm doing 1 cm. Then I'll just draw a small curve like so. Okay, so that this part is the yoke now, center front yoke. Then this is the main fabric. Okay, so now I have it. So the next thing now is I want to separate the sleeve from the main body. It's optional anyway, but from the picture is separated, so that's just how to do it. Just draw a line like so. So you have the sleeve separate, the main body separate. Okay, so a quick one. I feel this line is too straight, so I'll just slant it a little, but not too much, so it will not be coming off. okay, like so. All right, so that's my new line. So the next thing for me is just to cut now. Okay, so now I'm going to separate the sleeve. All right, then I'm going to label. Labeling is very important so that you don't mismatch it. So I'm going to write up. Okay, then I'm going to write arm or anything just to make you not to match it. Okay, so now we want to work on the back. Okay, we are going to first draw a line, a diagonal line from the shoulder like we did for the front. Then on the line I'm going to take 3 inches. Then from that 3 inches I'll just slant a line down or so. Then I'm going to measure 3 inches on the line. All right, so now the neck, from this point I'm going to draw the neckline for the back. Okay, I'll first square a line, a small line, then I'll draw it. It helps it. Okay, so the next thing now is for me to take the sleeve measurement. Okay, so I'll be taking 3 inches. Okay, as a sleeve length. Then I'm going to connect the dot. Like so. Okay, then I feel I should slant the sleeve a little out, just like I did for the front. Then at the armhole, I'm going to come down by 1 inch. Then I'm going to connect in a curve. Like so. Okay, then at the neck, I think I want to go lower. You can go as low as you want. So I'll just reshape it like so. Okay, so now I want to separate the sleeve from the main body, just like we did for the front. So I'll just draw it like so. So I have the sleeve separate, I have the main body separate. So now it's time to cut. Okay, now don't forget to label so you not mismatch it like we did for the front. Okay, side back. Now I'm going to draw a process line up. Just draw the line straight up. All right, then I'm going to cut. Okay, so now the next thing for me just to place them on my fabric and cut out. Okay, so I went ahead and placed on fabric and cut out. Okay, so this is the center front on the main fabric. I added half an inch all round. Then this is the center front for the yoke. I placed the center on fold, then the other part half an inch. Okay, then I also use the same fabric as lining, so I have 2 for the main fabric, 2 for the lining. Okay, then for the side front, okay, I have 2 for the main fabric, 2 for the lining also. Then to the side I added 1 inch, other part I added half an inch. The sleeve I added half an inch all round. Okay, then for the back panel I added half an inch around the sleeve also. Then the center back I added 1 inch as a zipper allowance, then other part half an inch. Okay, then the side back, okay, half an inch, then the side I added 1 inch to the side, half an inch to the rest. Okay, so now the next thing for you to do is to add interfacing, but I'm not using interfacing right now because this is just for tutorial purpose, but you can add interfacing. Then you join the panels together both on the main fabric and the lining. So I'll do that and be right back. Okay, so I have the panels joined together. Here is the front, and here is the other part, the front. The one is going to serve as the main fabric, and one is going to serve as a lining. Then I have the back also, the main fabric and the lining. Then the sleeve also, I went ahead and joined it at the center. Okay, here it is. I have the arm. Okay, so what I did was just at the center back and center front, so I just joined it by half an inch. Okay, so I have it here. Then the yoke, what I did was at the neck, I just stitch it down by half an inch. So what I'm going to do now is just to trim the seam allowance so it will lay flat. Okay, like so. Okay, so I'll just use stitch to hold the yoke in place. Okay, then on the main fabric, so I'm going to place the back right side to right side on the front, then I'll stitch it down at the side. I will stitch it down at the side also. All right, then for the sleeve, right side to right side, then I'll stitch it down at the top and also the bottom. I'll stitch it down like so. Okay, so I'm done with the side stitching. So the next thing is to work on the yoke. What I'm going to do is I'm going to place it on the right side like so. Then I'll stitch it down. You can stitch it on half an inch or a point less than half. And I'll do the same to the other side also. I'll just stitch it down like so. Okay, so I'm done with stitching the yoke down. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is just to place the right side on right side of the main fabric and the lining like so. Okay, then at the center front, I'll just push the yoke inside like so. Okay, then I'm going to stitch it on half an inch to the center front. Make sure you push the yoke inside. Okay, then I'll also take the other side also. I'll stitch it down, pushing the yoke inside like so. Okay, so I'm done with the neckline, the front part. Okay, here is the yoke, you can see it. All right, so now I'm going to turn it back, then stitch the neck part of the back also. Stitch it like so, leaving the armhole. I'll do the same to the other side also, leaving the armhole. Okay, so I'm done with stitching the neck down. Okay, so now I want to work on the sleeve. I've already turned the sleeve inside out. Okay, so I'm going to place the front part of the sleeve down. I'm going to pin it down on the front of the main fabric, just the main fabric. I'm not pinning it on the lining. Okay. Alright, then I'll also take the back, pin it on the main fabric, leaving the lining. Okay, so I'm going to turn inside out, push the sleeve inside, then I'm going to stitch down on half an inch. Push it inside very well, stitch down like so. Okay, so I'm done with stitching the armhole, and I snip that small cut. Okay, so I to lay flat. I did the same on the other armhole also. Okay, then I went ahead and stitched the zipper side by quarter just to turn it for neat finishing. Then okay, at the bottom also I stitched down on half an inch, then I left opening at the back, which I'm going to use to turn it inside out. Okay, so I've turned it inside out, so looking nice. So the next thing for me is just to close the opening. Before turning it inside out, you can actually add your bra cup. Okay, so the next thing now is just for me to fix the zip, then I'll be right back. Okay, so I have the zipper fixed. Okay, looking nice. Okay, so what I will just do is just the edge, I'll just fold it in, I'll stitch it down, then cut the excess off. Don't forget to add your bust pad, and don't forget to also interface it so it will look nicer than this. So the next thing for me is just to place on my dress form for you to see. And here it is. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, give it a thumbs up. You can also hit the notification bell so as to get notified when I upload new videos. You can also share across other platforms so that others can also benefit from it. Thank you so much. Till I come your way again, bye for now.